Hello everybody, it's JP Brex, and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Razor Crest. And this is of course based off of the Mandalorian, and it's given set number 75292. Comes with 1023 pieces and 5 minifigures. And the box art, you have the Razor Crest flying over some planet, and on the bottom of the box, the bottom right, shows you the 5 figures included, as well as the logo for the Mandalorian. And on the top right, it has the Mandalorian logo, letting you know that this is a Mandalorian set. And if you go to the back of the box, it shows you a lot of different features with the Razor Crest, with the bottom, with the cockpit, some different features which we'll take a look at, but you can see on the top as well. And it also tells you that there is a code that you could put into the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga game, which is supposed to be coming out very soon, I think in May or April. So once that game comes out, you could actually fly this ship in that game, which is pretty cool. And this set does come with an orange brick separator, as well as a lot of stickers, more than I thought, especially these bigger ones which are used on the engine of the Razor Crest. And here are your 5 minifigures in the set, and we'll first take a look at the Scout Trooper, which is a pretty cool figure. This is probably one of my favorite figures for the Empire. It has a lot of nice printing on the torso as well as the legs, and some back printing as well. And he has this little blaster, a very nice helmet piece, and underneath we'll show you his face. Very simple but very cool figure. Definitely one of my favorite Empire army guys. But the next figure is of course Grogu, which looks really cool. He's very nice with the nice exclusive mold for his head and very nice printing on his little piece or like torso piece right there. But the next character is exclusive to this set, which is Grief Karga, and he's really cool with his red pants, as well as some nice torso printing, and he has those nice color arms, which is pretty cool. And he also has some nice printing on the back. And he has 2 blasters as well as 2 faces, one of them being shown right there with a little smile, and then the other one being a little bit more angry. And then he has his little headpiece, which I believe is the same headpiece used for Finn. I'm not that sure, but he's a very cool figure, probably one of my favorites in this set. And the next figure is IG-11, and he's basically very similar to the other droids that we got that are this type of like droid, like IG-88, and he has a new kind of print for this piece up here for his eyes, which is very nice. And that's really the only difference compared to like all the other droids that we got that are like him. But he's really nice. He has 2 blasters, one on the back with a clip and one in his hand. I'll put him right there. And the last figure is of course the Mandalorian, and he's in his normal armor since this is before he got all his Beskar armor. But you could see his blaster as well as some nice printing. Very nice. You got the little cape on the back, which underneath is some more printing, and then he got his little helmet with a just black face underneath. And I'm hoping that we could eventually get his actual face underneath in some of the newer sets for maybe Mando Season 3. But those are the 5 figures. And here is the Razor Crest. And it's a pretty big build, but I really love it. It's really nice. There are some little details that I don't like that much, but it's still a really nice model. And we'll start off with the front and move our way towards the back of the ship. And here's the front of the ship. It has some nice curving details in the front and the sides, which looks pretty cool. And then if you move towards the right or 2 sides, you have these little like these big blasters, which look really cool, and some sticker detail to represent those like scars or like different like things or damages, scrapes from the ship, which look pretty cool. And then on the top, you have your cockpit, which I'll bring you guys up a little bit. You could see some more sticker details here on the side, as well as this side. And then you have the cockpit here, which actually you can open by grabbing this piece and pulling up. And it stays on with those 2 clips, and they're not meant to stick together, which is really smart because it actually gives it like just the right amount of sticking together so it won't pop off, but just like the right amount to easily take it off, which is very nice. But inside the cockpit, you could see the control panel as well as 2 chairs, and I don't really like that it's red and that there's just like a tan base. I feel like they could have used a different color chair, or maybe like just to add some more details down there, because you can kind of see that, especially with the cockpit on. It is like you could definitely see those red seats. But if you move towards the back part of the cockpit, you have this piece, which you could actually, if you got to take the cockpit off to do this, but you take the cockpit off and you move this back, and here will reveal 2 clips where you could put some weapons for your characters. So I have the Mandalorian's blaster, and you could put it right there just like that and close it up, and there you go. So that's a pretty cool little neat feature they added, so you could at least store some of the characters' weapons. We close that up and put the cockpit back in just like that. And if you move towards the middle section, you have some nice details up here, and it looks really nice with all the different angles and colors. And one big feature in the middle is that this is actually an escape pod. So to get this out, you basically have to hold on to this piece and this piece on the other side. So like grab it just like this and pull it out, and it's just sticking in there with one stud right there. But we'll take a look at the little escape pod, which is pretty nice build. I don't think you see this in the show, but it's kind of nice that they added this little feature. But to take the kind of roof off, you would basically just grab onto this top layer, and that comes off, and inside will reveal 2 studs where you could put your figure. I have Greek cargo here, and you could lay them in there and then close it back up, and then you could kind of put it back in and make it like look like it's flying off or something. But that's kind of how the mechanism works for the escape pod. Very, very nice like little inclusion that they added, but you could put it back in there just like that. And then you have these big 2 engines on the side, which are really nice. It uses these big sticker pieces, which I showed on the sticker sheet before, to add a lot of nice detail. But you could also see a lot more detail in the front with these big engine pieces, similar on the other side, but very nice over there. And then if you move towards the back, you could see some more like details up here, as well as just like different curved pieces to kind of get that angle of the Razor Crest, some of it being tiled off, which looks really nice. But now we'll take a look at the sides, and before you actually do that, the bottom has 3 legs for it to land. It uses those like little skiing like pieces for like Lego City skiing vehicles, so you could kind of land it like that. But on the side, you could see some more details with some different pieces and different angles. Similar on the other side, it's kind of the exact same deal back here on this side. But you could now kind of look at the interior, which there is a lot of cool interior things that they added. The first thing we'll look at is this front, which if you lower this, will reveal 3 clips for your little blasters, which you could actually put up here, right here, and also here. So you put them in there, and to kind of like the spring-loaded shooters, and to make it go off, right here you would pull that down and it would go flying. I keep them in there because it kind of like draws away the look with those little red dots there. But I mean, if you want to put it in there, you can. But it's nice that they kind of included that in case you want to store it in there. But you could kind of close that back up just like this. It's just on some clips down there. And then over here, it could actually also go down. I would pull it down from here, just like that. And also this piece pulls down. So like if this was up, this would be like the ramp that they would walk out of on the side. But you can pull this down and pull this down, and that will reveal some interior space for figures and different things. But there are some more details on the other side, so we'll close this back up. And actually back here, you could see a ramp which pulls down just like this, just like in the show. Towards the back of the ship, you could kind of walk in, so you could have your minifigure walk into the ship, just like that. Or you could kind of close it back up. I just leave it closed. Looks a lot better closed. But if you move to this side, this front panel comes down as well, and that will reveal some sticker detail with some pipes and stuff, as well as a bed. So if you wanted to make your figure look like they're laying down, so Grief Karga right there kind of looks like he's sleeping. So that's a nice little detail right there. And then you could close that back up. There we go. And you have another ramp right here if they wanted to walk off the ship like that. And if you pull this down, it will reveal the stacks of carbonite that Mando has in his ship. So you can see these 2 stacks of carbonite here with 2 unlucky souls that got frozen in carbonite, and Mando's going to deliver them to his next bounty. But those are really cool, and they just slide in right there, just like that. The other one slides in right here, and they're really cool. Very nice little detail that they added for that little stacks of carbonite. But that's probably one of my favorite little details in the inside of the ship. And also on the engines, which I forgot to mention, they have these little orange pieces back here to make it look like the engines are on and it's getting ready to fly or whatever. So that's a really nice little detail right there. But that is the Razor Crest ship. Very nice model. And we'll lastly take a look at the instruction manual, which is pretty thick in my opinion for this set, but you could open it up. Just shows you how to build the set, and in the back there are some ads for different Lego sets that came out during the time of the Razor Crest. Right here you could see the pictures of the different sets, as well as the page before this. You could see the minifigures that were included in those sets, as well as an ad for the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga game that was supposed to come out in 2020 but is 2 years delayed, and also piece count as well as the win in the back. But anyways, that's it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.